Money FM 89.3. Best of breakfast. Mind your business. Only on Money FM 89.3.
Thanks for joining us on The Breakfast Show. It's Audrey Seek and Ahmad Akhtar taking you through Mind Your Business. You know, when you look at Singapore's skyline, you see all of these cranes kind of towering above us. They're not just part of the view. They're the muscle behind how our city keeps growing. But behind these cranes is an industry that's high stakes, competitive, and vital to every construction project.
And they are the Pollisum Group, founded in 1984. They've been part of that backbone for decades. Today, 38-year-old Chris Ang is transforming the family business, modernizing operations, expanding services, and growing revenue while keeping a people-first culture.
Yeah, so to find out how he turned a struggling company that is shaping the future of heavy lifting in Singapore, we're pleased to welcome on the show Chris Ang, CEO of Pollisum Group. Good morning, Chris. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Audrey, and good morning, Imad.
Good morning, Chris. First and foremost, what does Pollisum mean?
Pollisum is actually started by my dad. It's three founders. It's like Chinese name. It's called Pollisum. And the three friends actually put it up, and after that, they converted it to an English name, which is called Pollisum.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's look at the big picture here, Chris. From your perspective, what are the most pressing issues the infrastructure development industry is currently grappling with today?
As you know, like labor is a very big issue in Singapore, right? So it's actually even more worse for the crane industry. In order to be a skilled crane operator for maybe mobile crane and crawler cranes, for a lot of LTA projects or HTB, you require 5 years of full experience. So a lot of foreign operators or foreigners couldn't really be operator. So as you know, right now, a lot of youngsters don't really want to be under the hot sun, don't want to work under in the muddy condition. So we have really an issue getting new operators to come in.
All right, I'm sure that was one of the teething problems you faced when you stepped into the family business full-time in 2018. It was struggling, to say the least, rising competition, idle cranes, financial losses. Talk to us a little bit about that journey.
So like in 2016, my dad actually asked me to join the company. So back then, I was an auditor in Big Four, working for around 2 years. I was having a quite good career back then. But after much persuasion, I decided to join the family business. So initially, my dad acquired a Malaysia company. It was like in financial loss for many years. So I managed to turn it around in 2 years. And shortly in 2017, 2018, the Singapore side of the business was not doing very well too. So my parents said, hey, why not you come back to Singapore and then you help us on the leasing side of the business. So I really started out as, doing sales, operations, finance. So really go on the ground with my fellow colleagues and to start from ground up.
So if you were operating in an environment where investing was not incentivized, how did you evaluate opportunities for expansion? What were the kind of criteria you were looking for?
So we saw the market opportunity, so we really went big on it. We invested a lot of cranes. That really paid it off. Yeah, so it was really a calculated move for us, and we really did expand, from 100 fleet to 300 fleets right now.
Okay, so want to tap into something that is a bit happier now. On the back of your increase in revenue that you guys reported, you guys also awarded your 300 plus employees with holidays, including an all-inclusive overseas trip to Batam. Wow.
Yeah.
And to Shanghai Disneyland earlier this year. So talk to us about how important this is to you when it comes to running a happy company.
So as the company financial results is improved, we were thinking like how to reward our staff. So I think people is a key asset to our company. So we were thinking that, we wanted to make a people first culture. So a lot of times we're thinking like the success of the company is not just the founder itself. We think that the success of the company is together with the employees. So our employee success is what really give us the motivation to work hard. So back then when we bring like the 200-300 of our staff to go Montego, it was really wonderful. We had like 15 minutes of fireworks and stuff like that. we can really see that our staff really appreciate it. When we talk about in terms of motivation, we would say that a lot of companies, we always think about sales and operation is the key driver, right?
Yeah.
So we always incentivize like the sales and operations. But for us, we also recognize the effort about our support team. So even our support team, we also gave them a monthly incentive scheme. So what are the support teams? It's like the finance, the HR, and etc. So everyone are also packed by this monthly incentive so that everyone will work hard to our goal.
Yeah, I'm sure people first culture also goes a long way towards providing the range of services that you do: crane leasing, transport, marine, logistics, fabrication. Could you elaborate on these range of services and how this approach benefits your clients with some examples if you can?
All right. So I would say that in this industry, there's a lot of crane types. There's easily more than 10. A lot of our industry peers, they focus in one or two. But for us, we take it as a one-stop solution. We see that by having we actually have a diverse services backed by a strategic partnership with our industry peers.
Okay, so your services now cover transport, marine, logistics, and fabrication. Can you share how this all fits together to benefit your clients and maybe share one standout project that you guys have been a part of? I think that you guys are involved in many LTA projects as well, right?
So the current projects that we are having, it's 80% of it all LTA projects. So if you happen to drive by, you look at any of the MRT projects or LTA or other bridges, if you happen to see a red and white crane, that's us. Yeah, and another few notable projects are like such as MBS and RWS, which we were also involved in back then.
So it's a pretty crowded market that you operate in, Chris. You have Caterpillar that's always breathing down your neck, and they offer a range of heavy machinery and equipment. With industry giants like them in the market, how do you differentiate yourself to remain competitive?
So like the brand that you mentioned previously, it's more of like a manufacturer. We as Pollisum, we are actually a crane leasing company. So we lease a crane to construction companies with an operator. We are not really a manufacturer per se. So how we differentiate ourselves is really back down to the service time, the service response rate. If let's say back in 3 a.m. whereby the crane breakdowns, you call us straight away, our engineers will come down to fix it. So that's really how it differentiates ourselves.
Okay, well, Chris, before you go, we want to talk about how Pollisum is, of course, a second-generation family business. So balancing, the respect for your father's legacy while pushing new ideas can't have been easy. So can you tell us how you navigate this balance and what's the legacy you'd like to leave behind?
When we talk about the legacy of the founders, a lot of people come down to the wealth of the company, or rather the founders' wealth, or the future generation wealth. But for us, employees are part of our key assets. We think that the legacy to us in Pollisum, we feel that we want our employees to grow and succeed together with us and create their own legacy in the company and also in the industry.
All right. Well, from a struggling family business into one of Singapore's fastest growing heavy lifting companies while still keeping people at the core. Chris, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Chris. Chris Ang is the CEO of Pollisum Group, and you're listening to Money FM 89.3.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.